remember to click like, subscribe, the bell notification, and whatever else YouTube has you clicking on to support us. What's up, everyone? I'm the Kaiju no Kami from the Toku and Animation News Network, and this issue of Godzilla Rivals pits Mechagodzilla against King Ghidorah. Tom Waltz and Casey Malone bring this newest issue to fruition. Waltz has been with IDW for quite some time and has written for Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe, and Doctor Who on top of Moon Knight and Wolverine for Marvel. I could not find any info on who Casey Malone is, as my search just kept bringing me to a comedian, who I don't think is the same person. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Anyway, on to the comic. The characters and plot. Well, this one threw me off at the start. When it begins, we see some weird image of Ghidorah and Godzilla that looks like it came out of an ancient mirror or something. There's also a wall of text talking about Atlantean stuff, as apparently the story takes place in ancient Atlantis. Okay, I'm intrigued. We are introduced to Ode Benny, who has just dreamed of Atlantis' destruction. We learn through him that Atlantis created a robot counterpart in Godzilla's image that they have named Mechagodzilla. At the same time, a suicide bomber destroys a marketplace that forces the king to declare war against another kingdom called Lemuria, and imprisons those that question his orders. He then proceeds to sacrifice 2 children to Mechagodzilla when he is stopped by Ode Benny. Unfortunately, Benny was too late to stop his premonition, and we get a 3-way battle happening as the 2 children are freed from the king's wrath. Overall, I can't say this one did too much of anything for me. I liked the whole concept being set in Atlantis. I also liked how the king was so blinded by his own power that he wouldn't allow anyone to question his orders, as it justifies the outcome. However, for being 40 pages long, I don't feel like much of anything truly happened in this story. It kind of just exists. I didn't find it bad or anything. It's just very predictable and disinteresting. The monsters. We've got Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, and Ghidorah. And honestly, I found them pretty boring. None of them really get to do anything of interest, and it feels redundant using monsters that have already been done in so many IDW stories. I think it would have been more interesting to have done a few other monsters. Megalon would have made far more sense. Even King Caesar would have worked. Instead, we got Ghidorah and Mechagodzilla again. Now, I did like the idea of Mechagodzilla being an Atlantean creation based on the original Godzilla. I'm just saddened he doesn't really do much of anything to warrant his existence. The artwork. The artwork was like the story. Mediocre. Outside of a panel of Mechagodzilla's head before orange clouds, I can't say much of anything stuck out to me. The inks were fine, but after Here There Be Dragons and Skate or Die, I've kind of come to expect more details when it comes to shading and shadows. Even the designs of the monsters seem very simplistic and boring, notably Ghidorah. The monsters also all look off proportionately. I guess maybe I was expecting too much out of a book called Mechagodzilla vs. King Ghidorah. Or maybe my hopes were just way too high given the Atlantean setting, but everything came crashing down like a doomed civilization. It's worth a one-time read, maybe? Depending how diehard of a fan you are. Otherwise, you can skip this. Until next time, bye. I hate to say it, IDW, but your rival series has really overstayed its welcome. There were so many ideas you could have done with it, and it just seems like now you're just rushing out any type of crap you can. I'm sorry, guys, but it's time to end this run. Kill it now.